in the silence of small home oratories, in the modest rows of wooden benches in discreet chapels, in the lines for the confessional and at the foot of the altar, a generation is growing that may transform the face of the world. They are not children of fashion, liquid culture, or unrestrained hedonism. They are children of tradition, of the cross, of the Mass of all time. Children and young people whose hearts, from an early age, are shaped according to the eternal designs of God, forged in the fire of true Catholic doctrine, breathing the spirituality that built saints and martyrs, the silent rhythm of truth. It is natural that when we look at traditional apostolates, we often judge their growth to be slow, almost imperceptible to human eyes. Indeed, we do not see enthusiastic crowds, resounding campaigns, stages, and spotlights. We see large families, reverent genuflections, tongues learning to pronounce Latin with respect, hearts surrendered to the clear and demanding doctrine of Christ. The work is silent, discreet, yet profound. It is the work of grace, which acts like leaven hidden in the dough, like a seed germinating under the earth before it sprouts. The formation of an unshakable foundation. This generation is being educated far from the confusing doctrines of modernism, liturgical abuses, and the trivialization of the sacraments. They grow under the guidance of priests who, with fear of God, preach the full truth of the gospel, without concessions to the spirit of the world. They study the Catechism of St. Pius X, know the lives of the saints, frequently go to confession, and learn to love and fear God, not with servile fear, but with that reverent awe that springs from deep love and the awareness of His majesty. Their spiritual formation is not superficial, emotional, or sentimentalist. It is virile, grounded in solid doctrine, the practice of mortification, the centrality of the Eucharist, devotion to the Blessed Virgin, and the daily offering of their own suffering. They are educated for sacrifice, not for pleasure, for fidelity, not popularity, for eternity, not worldly success. Multipliers of truth. What we see today as a small silent army will tomorrow be a legion of convinced and conscious Catholics, ready to live and die for the faith. They will be multipliers, like leaven that spreads and transforms the dough, like lights not hidden under a bushel. In a world sunk in the darkness of apostasy, immorality, and indifference, they will shine with the light of Christ, reflected intensely because it has been polished since childhood. These young people, despite their human limitations, will be prepared to face persecution, mockery, and humiliation. They will know what it means to take up the cross and follow the Master, aware that there is no glory without the cross, no resurrection without Calvary. They will have learned that being Catholic is not about following the majority, but being faithful to the truth, even at the cost of comfort, applause, or life itself. Imitators of Christ in a corrupted world. What is forming is a generation of imitators of Christ, not only in speech but in concrete life. Grace, which sustained them from their first steps in the life of faith, will remain present, strengthening them in their falls, enlightening them in doubts, lifting them in their weaknesses. For where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more. Romans 5 verse 20. And God does not abandon those who sincerely seek Him. Though small, though invisible to the eyes of the world, these young people are the true builders of the Church's future. Not with innovation, but with fidelity. Not with reinvention, but with roots. They are God's answer to a time of crisis. They are the silent hope that beats in the hearts of faithful priests, pious mothers, persevering fathers, and humble catechists. They are the soldiers of Christ, preparing for the final battle. In times of doctrinal confusion and moral relativism, God is preparing, in the discreetness of traditional apostolates, a generation that will not bow to the world. The solidity of their formation, the authenticity of their faith, and the consistency of their religious practice will make them pillars of the Church in the future. May we collaborate with this great work, praying, forming, and supporting this youth who, by grace, will be the beacon of the Catholic faith in the coming century.